Hello everyone, welcome back to the Bridgemaster series, working through the world-class problems. We're starting with A-24 today, and it looks like we're about to get to the ones that I've never done on BBO. I don't know how many of these I did off BBO, offline, when I used the CD back in the day. I feel like I must have read through at least all the A's, but I can't imagine what percent of them I solved. Anyway, on we go. We're in 3 clubs. Let's follow suit a few times. I suppose it's going to go diamond, 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 and then a diamond rough, and I have to take the rest? Well, I guess I'll have the choice about whether to rough high or low, right? Yeah. Okay. So, we could just pitch a diamond here, a heart here. East has to rough. And then, if the clubs come in, we'll be fine, because I can just rough the heart loser. I imagine that's what I would do at the table. But what else could we do? We could rough high, of course. Hoping that West has the Queen of Clubs instead of East. But then even if West does have the Queen, I have a relatively likely heart loser. And I might very well lose to the Queen anyway, even if I rough high and West has it, because West might have Queen third. Not a big shock at all if that happened. So, it seems like the tennis position in hearts is important. Is it really? Is it still called a tennis when there are 2 different hands? I think it is. A tennis, as in tenacity, not as in 10 ace. In bridge is when you have like 2 non-touching honors together. Like the ace queen is a classic tennis, and the finesse is the name of the play that allows you to take advantage of such a thing. I think having ace queen separate might still be a tennis. I don't really know. It doesn't matter. Let's look that up. Bridge, tennis. What is a tennis in bridge? 2 high cards in the same suit with one ranking above and the other below an opponent's card. Classic tennis is an ace and a queen. Sure. I don't know. An article by Ron Klinger. I do like Ron Klinger. Australian, right? I think so. Anyway, okay, fine. So whether this is a tennis or not doesn't matter, but it being a tennis is sort of important because it means the player who has the king couldn't afford to lead hearts. If I were to retain both of these. So maybe there's some position where like West has the queen third of clubs, let's say, and also the king of hearts. In which case, if I could rough out the spades, which doesn't seem like I could take that for granted, but supposing that I could, I could end play West with the 3rd round of clubs. He'd have to exit a heart. Actually, hang on. This auction reveals more than I realized. Okay, East pitches a heart. The opponents have 9 hearts, but neither of them bid hearts. I was thinking more about the importance of East being a passed hand and West opening, which is certainly important. But let's stop and think about the suit lengths here. West, surely, has at most 4 hearts. Because we know that West has only 4 diamonds, and with 5 hearts, West would surely have opened a heart. So East has at least 5 hearts, but bids spades first. Which means that East has at least 5 spades as well. Otherwise, you would, if hearts were longer than spades, East would bid those instead. So East is 5-5 in the majors, or more. And has 2 diamonds. So at most 1 club. East did bid something. So he has to have some points. How many points do we have? 11 here, 11 there is 21. Nope, it's 22. Just checking. That was a test you passed if you complained when I said 11 and 11 is 21. Anyway, so West, having opened, has around 12 of the outstanding 18 points, right? And East has around 6, right? I mean, you could go like a point either way on both of them probably, but not much more. Actually, West could stretch to bid with a bit less, right? Because he's got a lot of shape. But, actually, like, don't we know West's shape pretty much exactly? He almost has to be 2, 4, 4, 3. Spades, hearts, diamonds, club, as bridge players always do it. With that shape, West definitely can't have 15 points because he would have opened 1 no. But that's not telling us that much. We know that West has like 12 to 14 or so. If I pitch a heart here, East is going to ruff. And unless he ruffs with the stiff queen of clubs, I'll go down. Because West has 3 of them, and if the queen is one of them, I'm definitely losing a trick there. So I think we should be ruffing with the ace here. Right? Not the ace. I can't do that, obviously, but the 10. This fails if East has the stiff queen of clubs, and it succeeds if East has any other club. Well, I won't say it succeeds. It leaves us in with a chance. And I suspect I can end play West. But if West has ace, king, queen of diamonds, which he does, he played them already, and the queen of clubs, that's 11 points already. It would be rather tough for West to come up with the king of hearts as well, right? 14 points, just barely within range. And it means that East would have queen, jack, 5th, jack, 4th. No, jack, 5th. Too small, stiff. That is a hell of a 1 spade bid. I think I don't know if you would be willing to bid even 1 spade with such awful cards. I would rather just pass, hope the bidding gets back around to me, and maybe I can salvage things. So I don't think we're going to find West with the queen of clubs and the king of hearts. I think that end play is a mirage. I think that actually we're probably going to have some squeeze against East in the majors. But if you ruff with the 10 here, and East over ruffs, Well, then you're not so sure about the majors, right? West might well have the king. I don't know. I think you're supposed to ruff. And then when East can't over ruff, tricky. I think you actually take a second round club finesse. Does that make sense? After cashing both spades? Maybe? No, you need the spade winners as entries in the squeeze line. Because the problem is, say you ruff high. Well, if ruffing high wins, you've made the contract, right? No, you haven't. You still have a heart and a club to lose. If ruffing high is over ruffed, you're definitely going down. Aren't you? Well, no. Squeeze against East might still work. But if you pitch here, you're like going down unless East has the stiff queen. Likewise if you ruff low. So I'm not sure pitching actually helps at all. It helps if East has stiff queen, but in that case you're still like not totally dead if you ruff. I think I'll take the ruff. Okay. So we know then that West has the queen third of clubs. And it's important not to test the clubs to confirm this by playing ace king and a club. So we already know it's not dropping. And we're going to need that club re-entry. So I think we might as well just take a first round club finesse here. Sure. Enjoy the queen. Win the ace. Might as well cash a heart now. Nobody's roughing it. It would be slightly, like, technically a better habit would be to, like, cash the one trump because you can afford to do that. Then cash the heart, then cash the other trump. But we know nobody's roughing, so this is fine. And now we run this squeeze, watching just for the king of hearts. Nobody's pitched it, so I hope the spades are winners. And they are. Okay, whew. I don't know. Like, we know East has a singleton club. And if it's the queen, we should pitch a heart, basically. And if it's not the queen, we should ruff high, I think is what this comes down to. But maybe there's some way where you can even succeed if West does have the queen? I guess in that case, Fred probably would have put the queen over here. All right, show solution. I'm glad I worked this one out. West cashes 3 diamonds, continues. Try to count the hand. I finally came up with that. I was spending too much time counting points. But I mean, I guess that is important, right? Because it also helps you figure out that the king of hearts could very well be an East, even though West was the one showing all the strength. Someone has at least 5 hearts. West would have been a heart if he had 5. East has 5 hearts, therefore at least 5 spades. East shape is probably 5-5-2-1. Yes, I agree. Sure, 6-5-2-0, I think I said. Maybe I said he could still have 6 spades. I don't think I said 6-5-2-0, but 6-5, it was possible. Discarding a heart on the 4th diamond is unlikely to work. East will ruff low, and then we have a trump to lose. Ruff with the 10 to squeeze East in the majors. East has the king of hearts. Well, I wasn't paying attention to his discard, but you're right, yes. Pitching the jack of hearts, of course, does suggest he has the king. Sure. Duck the 1st or 2nd club. Depending on which round of clubs is ducked and what suit West returns. Oh, how would there be a trump squeeze? That sounds harder. If you duck the second club, do you somehow end up with a trump squeeze? Why? Ah, because you won't have a trump re-entry? No, but you have to have one. If you duck the first club and West returns a club, you can draw trump, cash another club. I mean, yeah, you can. Why make things so hard for yourself? Just cash. West returns a trump after you duck the first round of clubs. At this point, you could trump squeeze East by cashing the last club, but that's fucking insane. Pardon my French. Cash the ace of hearts. So you don't have to count East's hand anymore. Just get that out of the way. I mean, it's kind of a Vienna coup, technically. The fact that you can play a trump squeeze instead means you don't have to Vienna coup, but it's so much easier if you just cash the ace right now. Yes, you can put yourself in a position where you have to trump squeeze, but it's just like a bad habit. In this case, we have East's hand counted very well, so like it'll be fine. You'll know whether the king is singleton or not. But like, why go to so much effort? If West returns heart, you win the ace. Yeah, okay, sure. So what even happened at my table? What did West return? It was a heart, right? Probably? No, because I remember I cashed the heart. I think West returned to trump. I don't know. The trump squeeze is just crazy here when you can play a simple squeeze instead. They don't call it an automatic simple squeeze for no reason. It really just plays itself, provided you go to the effort of setting it up. Okay, well, great. I figured one out. Finally. West has bid 2 no trumps, showing great length in both minors. Makes me a little bit nervous about my jack fifth of diamonds. And presumably shortness in spades, right? So we're imagining this goes to the ace, and East returns a spade, which West ruffs. But I'll put in the jack, of course. So I still have the king of spades as a winner. Okay, now we have to like make a plan. Pretty tough, eh? Where the hell are my tricks coming from? We have 5 hard tricks if we just like cash them all. So that's a floor on our success. We'll take at least 5 hearts, 1 spade. That's 6. A club is 7. Can ruff a diamond and dummy. That's 8. Okay, cool. We have at least 8 tricks. Won't be down more than 2 unless I really screw things up. The Jack of Clubs is a curious card. I wonder why I've been given that. It suggests some avoidance play against West, maybe? Or, well, an avoidance play where we stop West from we stop East from winning a trick because he could draw trump. And we want to cross-ruff things. Maybe. I mean, we could at some point, perhaps, lead the Jack of Clubs and make West win it. And he could be unable to return trump. I don't know. That doesn't quite... I don't think that's going to happen. I mean... I guess it could be like... Because I have the Jack of Diamonds as well, right? So maybe... we come to some sort of position where... we, like... lose the Jack of Clubs to West... and he has to return a diamond away from the queen, letting us score a trick with the jack somehow? I guess one thing it's good to do here is to stop and count the hand, which is very easy. We know that West has one spade because he led a spade and then ruffed. We know he has at least 10 minor suit cards, so he has at most 2 hearts. And he's played 2 hearts. So we can say with great confidence that West's shape was 1, 2, 5, 5. Fine. That means the hearts are 2, 2. So in addition to our 5 hearts, and a spade is 6, and a club is 7, we certainly have at least 2 diamond ruffs, bringing us to 9 tricks. So now I don't think I can be down more than 1. In fact, progress. I don't know who has the ace of diamonds. Here's another point. If necessary, I could ruff a diamond with the king. If I wanted to, for some reason, rough diamonds before I finish drawing trump. Because I know the ace and the queen will still be enough to win East's 2 trumps. We'll win the ace here, and I could take some more roughs. And ruff with the king, unlike on the second round of diamonds I could ruff low, the third round I could ruff high, but that's still only getting me 2 trumps, which is not more than I was getting anyway. So maybe that's not an important insight. What's up with the heart spots? Any compelling reason why I have the 7 bigger than the 6, 5, 4? I don't know. It's... Well... It's a little hard to see how some squeeze against... Or not squeeze, really, but... An end play against West is going to develop. But... Yeah. I was thinking maybe the ace-jack of clubs, they're there for something, and it's almost like you could get West to lead the king, and then, you could duck it, and then he has to lead... if you could make him lead the suit twice, for example, somehow, you could score 2 club tricks with the ace and the jack. But you obviously can't do that. Because you can't afford to lose a trick to him and then lose another trick to him. But it does seem like if we cash some hearts and spades, West is a little bit constrained in how he can discard, right? He can afford 1 diamond, because we can only really ruff 2 in dummy after losing 1. And then he'd have, Queen X remaining. Oh, wait, is that right? If I lose 1 and ruff 2, he could have stiff queen remaining. So he could afford to pitch 1. But he can't pitch 2. Which means as we cash any other tricks, he has to pitch clubs. And he can't afford that many club pitches either because of the ace-jack. But we need to retain the option to enter dummy for those clubs to be any good. I mean, I guess if we just win this and immediately play a diamond, West has been a little bit end played. Assuming he has the ace of diamonds, he'll have to win it. and then we'll have to play a club, right? Because a diamond would give away an extra trick. And he doesn't have hearts or spades. So by losing a diamond as early as now, we can sort of force West to lead a club for us. Congratulations, who cares? Can I make a club lead unsafe somehow? I don't think so. I mean, if he leads a club, it'll have to be the king or queen as well. I don't know. East could have one of those honors, in which case, not so much. I mean, we really can't get anywhere without roughing a bunch of diamonds in dummy. And to do that, I have to lose a diamond first. Which means I won't be end playing somebody because I'll have already lost 3 tricks long before I can throw them in for something meaningful. Except this one time when, if I want to, I can then play West and he has to lead a club, but he doesn't even care. Yeah, I mean, I understand why the Jack of Diamonds is important. It's like it makes it hard for West to lead diamonds. But why is the Jack of Clubs important? I think we should win this with the king. Because we need to get to hand many times to rough diamonds, right? Well, I guess. King of Hearts, diamond. West wins and plays another diamond, which I rough. No. If West played another diamond, I would try to win the queen, or win the jack, hoping he has the ace and queen. So he'll play a club. I might as well play a diamond myself at that point. I don't know. It seems like I have plenty of hand entries. The problem is that, like, the diamonds aren't going to be winners by the time I'm done. There's no way we're finesse or end playing East. The last spade is not a useful threat. Nobody cares about spades. East can guard them very comfortably. Claim down 1? Next hand? A bad line, obviously. What? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to play a card or two and see if anything good happens. It won't, right? Yeah. We have to win this or we can't make it. Well, that's not true. We can't lose this trick, but we don't have to play the ace right now. I could rough in hand instead. I don't see a big difference between those possibilities. But playing the ace does force me to commit to a discard from hand. If for some reason I might ever want to pitch a spade on the ace of clubs, I should defer that play. Can't think why I would. Like, play the ace, Rough. Rough. Like this just demonstrably doesn't work. Now I have nothing to do with my diamond loser. Okay. Let's just lose a trick now and have a look at some hands and think about how to solve it double dummy on this layout. I mean, honestly, it still looks just as bad. This is what I thought the hands were. What are you supposed to do in this case? You know, I wonder if it's important to play the spades as soon as possible. So that West has to commit to 2. Like, okay, West played a spade to the ace, spade ruff. If we then play the king, he'll have to pitch a minor, and then when we ruff a spade from dummy, he'll have to pitch another minor. And that's tough. West can't pitch 2 cards from minors, can he? I guess just barely. West could pitch a diamond and a club. But if we could manage to play another heart while all that is happening, and still retain enough entries to do everything, then West would have to either unguard the jack of clubs or unguard the jack of diamonds. We just don't have really enough entries, I think, to play that many spades. So I'm wondering if we actually do, like, want to chuck the king of spades on the ace of clubs somehow? I don't know. So spade, spade. West plays a heart. Suppose I win this in hand. Cash a spade immediately. West pitches a club. And I go in for this diamond now. West is certainly going to play a club. I think you might as well win the ace. And a heart. Now, West has how many diamonds have we played? Have I roughed one? I haven't. We played 1 round of diamonds. So West has 3 diamonds left and 3 clubs. If we were to cash a heart at this point. Oh, I get it. I messed it up, though. I made a play that makes almost no difference, but it actually does. It never matters, but this time it will. I cashed the wrong heart, or I won with the wrong heart at trick 2. Wow. I have to win with the ace, not the queen. Because what I'm... So, okay. He leads the club. We rough. Nope. We rough a spade. So, at this point is when West is down to 3-3 in the minors. Has queen third in both minors, right? If we could make him commit to discarding a minor, we could then take 2 roughs in that minor, and the last card would be a winner, right? The problem is, I have to either end this trick in my hand or in dummy, right? And if I lead a low heart to the king, West will say, clubs are the real danger, I'll throw away a diamond. If I cash the queen, West will say, diamonds are the real threat, I'll pitch a club. So we make things difficult for him. We lead the queen, and he says, diamonds are the real threat, I'll pitch a club. Joke's on you, I was actually leading a diamond to the king. This is why the ace is no good here. You have to be able to threaten to overtake with the king. And maybe there's a different order of cashing side suit tricks where the ace would have been okay and then it would be king to... No, because West is the one you have to squeeze here. You have to force him to play. You have to lead a card from hand, and have the option to win it in hand or overtake it, which means it has to be the queen, and the king has to still be there. Now we can rough clubs, bringing down the queen in this round, and the jack is a winner. Aha! Oh, that was a tough one. But yeah, realizing that he's got stuff to hang on to in both minors, and so you have to play a bunch of major suit tricks to force discards. And on the last one, he still can stop you if he knows which hand you're going to end up in. So you have to lead the queen. I see. How does Fred explain it? Well, hopefully we'll have a diagram of the ending position, at least. The critical trick. Yes, so West definitely is 1-2-5-5. Agreed. Yeah, can't rough 3 diamonds. Agreed. An entry-shifting trump squeeze. Yeah, I agree. That is sort of what it was, huh? Try to reach an ending like the above. Oh, I guess we didn't have to play the spades quite so early. We could have afforded another rough or 2. Fine. When you lead the queen of hearts to draw the last trump, West is in trouble. If he pitches a diamond, we win in hand, rough, cross back, and the diamond's a winner. You can just rough out the diamond. If West pitches a club, you overtake and rough out the club. For such a squeeze to work, North and South must have an equal number of trumps at the time of the squeeze. The trump suit must also contain the ability to win the squeeze trick in either hand, depending on the defender's choice of discard. So you have to win the heart with the ace, yes. You might as well duck a diamond right now, sure, but I wasn't sure I'd have the entries, so I played the spade first. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can get one more deal in here. Get us to 3 again, just like last time. 'Cause didn't I? Or wait, which one did we start with today? 24. Yeah, this is only our second. Let's try to do another. Once again, a 2 no trump bid from West. 5-5 in the minors. Okay. Well, do I have to win this? I probably should, right? Well, like, if you lose this, then if hearts are 4-1 or 4-0, you're dead. But even if you win this, if hearts are 4-0, you look pretty dead, right? So, because you just like, you have a spade loser, you have a diamond loser, you have a heart loser. right? It kind of feels like no matter what you do, one of the tricks you lose has to be a spade. And so you should at least consider losing it right away. And I think if hearts are 4-0, it's just hopeless. So maybe you duck this to make it easier to set up the 5th spade in dummy. I'm not even sure how that helps, really. It looks also a little bit like maybe a double squeeze around clubs could develop, supposing that East has 4 spades. And if you duck a spade here, West can switch to a club, which definitely breaks up any double squeezes. But if East has 4 spades, like, why can't you just rough out the spades and use a spade to pitch a diamond while roughing 2 clubs in dummy? Maybe the reason that ducking here is important is that there are kind of 2 things the defense wants to do when they have the lead. They want to knock out the ace of diamonds to take away a dummy entry. And they want to knock out the ace of clubs to take out the squeeze re-entry. Honestly, that squeeze doesn't look like it works, right? That double squeeze? So it would be type L, and those just don't exist. Type L double squeeze always fails. But still, they do want to return diamonds to lock you out of the to give you fewer entries to establish the spades with. And West probably can't afford to lead a diamond, right? So if we're losing a spade trick to somebody, I sort of would prefer it to be West. And what he can do on defense, he seems fairly harmless, right? Lose this. If he leads a diamond, we win the queen, hopefully. Anything else, we win in hand. Draw a couple rounds of trump with the king and queen, exhausting West, and switch to a spade to the queen and ace, exhausting all but one of East's spades. Then ace of clubs, club ruff, spade ruff, diamond back to dummy, spade to pitch a diamond. No, I need to take 2 club ruffs for this to work. Right. So I can't just draw 3 rounds of trump. I need to ruff a club twice in order for the spade thing to make sense. For one spade trick to be enough. So duck this. Oh, it's so tricky because West looks like he has 1 spade and 2 hearts. I guess we can play... So I can't lead spades until I've led 2 rounds of trump. But I need to reserve dummies trump entries for spade leads, right? So duck this, win, let's say, a club with the ace. Then ace of hearts, heart to the king, drawing all the trump. Club, not club, the other black suit, spade. Finesse, ace. Dummy still has 2 hearts and a diamond. So I can play a club ruff, ruff a spade, ruff a club. Yeah, I don't know. I think this makes sense. If West leads a diamond and doesn't have the king, it'll be a little embarrassing. I'll go down when I could maybe have made it, but... So we win this. And we play... Ace of hearts. Heart. Okay. So the trump are not behaving. Am I a little bit dead? I seem like I should be dead. What am I supposed to do now, right? I need to ruff 2 clubs. But if I do, East will win a heart. Well, I mean, this doesn't work. Okay, let's look at an example hand. On this layout, how could I make it? Hard to say, huh? Anytime we lose a trick to East, I mean, we can't ever ruff a club high. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could just not cash the ace of hearts and ruff those clubs low earlier. Maybe that does work. So spade, I still think ducking makes sense. Club, heart. Problem is, West has 2 hearts. I mean, I guess maybe that's okay. Can I do this? Ah, right. The problem is we don't know if West has 2 hearts or 3. If he had 2, would this have been fine? Doesn't look like it's fine now, to be honest. Low to the queen, ace. Oh, no, it is. We can take this ruff and ruff the spade. Draw trump and dummies up. So that line, I mean, I guess a point I should have noticed is that if hearts are 2-2, the contract is sort of a slam dunk, right? Because you can just like you can set up spades and ruff 2 clubs more easily. But as long as you make sure you don't waste any of your small trump by like playing them under the ace of hearts, if you spend both small trump ruffing clubs, you're doing pretty well. Yeah, and the issue was not letting East... If you win trick 1, East can... When East wins a spade, which you can't avoid, he can switch to a diamond, knocking out a dummy entry, I think. West can't do that. He has to knock out a hand entry, which you don't mind at all. Is that the point here? South can easily succeed if West has 2-1 or 1-2 in the majors. That's true, I guess. Win the lead, draw trump, and play spades. But if West is 1-1 in the majors, that doesn't work. Yeah, so it is... I saw right away that, like, you should duck the spade. I didn't figure out... It took me a long time to justify why, and then even when I did, I didn't do the right stuff after that. But I'm glad I at least saw that that was the point. King, Queen of Hearts to make sure West is out. Yeah. Okay, cool. I feel like this was more successful than my world-class videos usually are. Like, I didn't do perfect, but I did all right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.